Would you like to know how to get your first cloud architect job or your first cloud engineering job? If so, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Michael Gibbs and I'm the founder and CEO of Go Cloud Architects. And we're an organization dedicated towards building high-performance cloud computing and networking careers. Personally, I've been working in tech for a long time, over 25 years, and I've been coaching or mentoring others to get their first tech job or get promoted in tech for over 2 decades. And today we're going to go talk about the cloud architect versus the cloud engineer. See, we love these two positions. They're some of the best cloud computing careers, but these positions are so very different. And here's what we find. People are training to be cloud engineers and they try and apply to a cloud architect job and they can't get hired. Or some people want to study architecture and then they want to be a cloud engineer instead, and they're also not prepared. So you have to train for the job you want, and the cloud architect job and the cloud engineering job are just so different. So let's talk about how do you become a cloud engineer and what are the skills that you really need to be a cloud engineer. Because when it comes to getting hired, it's a question of your technical competency, your attitude, your enthusiasm, your motivation, your capabilities, your soft skills, your presence, and a few other factors. But we've got to get that technical competency. And in this video, we're going to talk about cloud architect technical competency and cloud engineer technical competency. Let's begin with the cloud engineer. Remember, the cloud engineer is a system builder, which means engineers build things. So because the cloud engineer is a builder, they have to have a deep building skill set. So what does that mean? It means the cloud engineer must know all about the cloud services from a cloud provider. So if we're saying AWS, for example, the cloud engineer must know everything about AWS S3. Now, while S3 is just a form of object storage, they could look at Google Cloud Storage as well as Azure Blob. And they're all pretty much comparable. But the cloud engineer will be an expert on how to configure it. They'll be an expert of the components of the service. And they're going to be builders. So for a cloud engineer, you must get lots of hands-on experience. Experience with the command line interface, experience with the management console, experience scripting, experience even using the API. Because as a cloud engineer, you're going to be doing these kind of things. See, cloud engineers are builders. So they're going to have strong scripting skills, Bash, PowerShell, Python, probably some Node.js, and even being comfortable working with YAML templates. This is a cloud engineer because they are builders, and this is a very hands-on skill. So the cloud engineer needs to understand software coding and scripting. Now the cloud engineer, because they're probably going to be doing some automation and some builds, probably needs to be good with automation tools too, such as Terraform, CloudFormation templates. Because remember, the cloud engineer is a builder, they are a configurator, they take the designs that the architect has designed and they go build them. So lots of hands-on experience and extreme depth of individual services for the cloud engineer. That's the recipe for technical competency. Be technically competent and you're on your way to getting your first cloud engineer job. Now, we just discussed how to become a cloud engineer, but how to become a cloud architect is extremely different. These jobs are so different, you couldn't even compare them. So let's talk about the cloud architect. The cloud architect is a design expert. That's what we architects do. We design systems. So this person needs to be an expert on what is the cloud, which the cloud is really nothing more than a virtualized network and a virtualized data center. So for the cloud architect, you must become an expert in the network and the data center. And here's the reasons. The same systems that exist in the network and the data center exist in the cloud for the most part. And most of what we do as cloud architects are we take these systems from the network and the data center and we move them to the cloud, which is now a virtualized network in the data center. And you can't design an end-to-end solution to meet customer requirements if you don't understand what you're moving. So the cloud architect needs to become an expert in the network and the data center. I'll give you some things. This means the cloud architect needs to have good understanding of BGP, interior gateway protocols such as OSPF, routing and how routing works, switching and how switching works, spanning tree, VLAN trunking, VLAN tagging, NAT, and all of its use cases, and it's far more than just connecting to the internet. Route filtering, traffic engineering, just to name a few, and that's just on the network side. On the data center side, a good cloud architect has to have good knowledge of servers and server virtualizations and containers, and Linux, Apache, MySQL, knowledge of PHP and the entire LAMP stack, knowledge of firewalls, which are security appliances, IDS, IPS systems, load balancers, storage, And of course, we cloud architects do end-to-end design, and we're still dealing with applications, so we have to understand how they work, databases, machine learning applications and libraries, just to know how they work and how the pieces and parts fit together. See, we're not going to be doing these things as the architect, we're going to be designing these things. And once we design it, we're going to hand these things over to the cloud engineer to build. So these are the technical components that become what you need to be an architect. But being an architect is not all tech. In fact, I wish I could say this, but it's true. More than 50% of your job as a cloud architect or a solutions architect is non-technical. It's leadership. So as a solutions architect or a cloud solutions architect or a cloud architect, this is where we need incredible amounts of executive presence, emotional intelligence. We have to be relevant to the chief executive officer, the chief information officer, the chief financial officer, the chief technology officer, etc., etc. We've got to be relevant because we're going to be presenting to them and selling to them. We have to be masters of written and verbal communication, sales skills, leadership skills, and presentation skills. See, we cloud architects are going to spend 50% of our time documenting and presenting. So we've got to be a master at this. Remember, the cloud architect is not a cloud engineer. The cloud engineer builds, the cloud architect designs. The cloud engineer builds, the cloud architect sells. The cloud engineer builds, the cloud architect leads a team of people to go build it. Or help design it. So now you know the difference between a cloud architect versus a cloud engineer. Now that you know what a cloud architect is versus a cloud engineer, you know how to build your cloud computing career development plan so you can learn what you need to be great at your job and get hired today. This is Michael Gibbs from Go Cloud Architects, thanking you for your time today, thanking you for watching this video, and we at Go Cloud Architects will do anything we can to help your cloud computing or networking career, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Take care. It was so nice having you join us for this video today. Let me tell you about some free services we do for the cloud community. Twice per week, we have a free How to Get Your First Cloud Architect Job webinar, where we tell you all the things you need to do and know to get your first cloud architect job. In addition to that, once per week, we actually have a free question and answer session live on YouTube, where you can come and ask us any questions you want about building your career related to cloud computing or networking, and we'll answer them in real time for you because we want to get you to your goals. Several more times per week, we have guests from industry experts that I have known for decades that are movers and shakers that have changed the world, that can give you information so you can build the best career. I invite them periodically. They are on my show. If there's a chance to do some free training on our channel, we'll do it live because we want you all to have the best skills for the best career. So please subscribe and hit the bell. I look forward to seeing you, and I look forward to assisting you in your technology career. Thank you so much. This is Michael Gibbs from Go Cloud Architects.